Welcome back, lovely souls. I'm just clearing the space. Dead on signs that your heart chakra is opening up. Man, everything's starting to feel different, right? Bit supercharged. You're starting to notice how pure you truly are. This is huge. I have some amazing signs for you today, lovely souls, that your heart chakra is opening up. I absolutely feel like that this is a wonderful time for many of us right now. And at this time, you may not even be aware of the signs that your heart chakra is opening up. You may not even know that that is what's happening. Everything feels so different, right? Especially like you empaths out there, or all souls who feel so deeply, right? It feels so loving. Stay tuned to the end of this video so I can give you such wonderful, loving messages that I have for you here today. Welcome back to my channel. If you are an existing subscriber, welcome back. I heard, or if you just sliding through and you come through once or two, maybe a few, that's exactly what I heard. Welcome back to all of you. I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you here with me today because your time is valuable. Before I jump into my video today, I want to say that if you are here, you're here for a reason. There are messages for you. Okay, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You will feel that my words speaking directly to your soul when the message resonates to you. I also want to notify you all who may have not seen the community post or my Instagram post that I have been posting about a new program, Pure Clarity Mindset Intuitive Readings, that I'm opening up. I was definitely motivated and inspired to create this program because so many souls have come to me for guidance along their path. And now I have created this program, and I'm looking for 6 beta testers who are on the spiritual journey, the seeker, and need guidance along their path. I will give you 1 session for 1 hour free in exchange for a testimony explaining regarding your experience with me. So I did want to mention that on here, as well as I have 7 spots left in my coaching program. If you feeling my vibe and you feeling my energy, you ready to bust through your issues and blocks, then book that free 20-minute consultation call with me. The link will be down in the description, okay? And if you're interested in the beta testing, find the post on the community where you can comment there, or you can DM me reading on Instagram so that I can see how to notify you once the 6 people are chosen. They will hear from me sometime by the end of next week. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I want to share that with you. Thank you for being patient. I appreciate you. So your heart chakra is opening up. Is that why you're so patient, huh? Your heart chakra is opening up. It is so powerful. Like, this is coming through, right? So my whole life, I thought that, I guess where I grew up and how I grew up, I was basically taught that you had to be tough and you had to be hard, and that was your strength, right? So as I had an awakening over time, it was very challenging to actually let that part of me go, because I learned that vulnerability is a strength, lovely souls. When you gotta act hard, that's all about pretending, right? And it's also connected to a program, as I mentioned. That was something that I was taught, right? And it's like, it almost felt like you didn't have to do it, but it's like, felt like you always had to prove yourself. If this is resonating with you, always felt like you had to prove yourself to somebody, or you always had to over-explain yourself to somebody. And as you started to awaken or have this awakening or walk this path, there may be a challenge that you carry here with you today. And it may have all started to change when your heart chakra opened up. I do want to say, it's so beautiful, right? Because it's like you could be sitting in the sun and just admire the beauty of the world and just being so empowered with life. It's just like, it feels like love at first sight. It truly does. So let me go ahead and give you, lovely souls, this message that's coming through. So number 1, you experience heightened empathy for all creatures on earth, and you don't want anyone or anything to suffer unnecessarily. And that can bring upon a challenge for you. So that's why it's important to always stay grounded down in your truth at all times, lovely souls, and stay tapped into your intuition. But it's a beautiful thing. Some of you I'm seeing are turning vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, and you're starting to add in more plants and plant-based foods into your life. Not a doctor, disclaimer. You're probably starting to do this because of what I just mentioned as number one as well. Number two, you feel a sense of weightlessness, right? It's like a weight you saw my shoulders drop. It's like a weight just lifted off of your shoulder. Like you finally feel free, and your heart, it feels so lighter. It no longer feels so heavy. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing, especially after all you've been through to get to this place in your heart. Because if you don't know, the heart is the most powerful portal. Once you start to create and do everything from your heart, you become magnetic AF, lovely soul. So this is definitely a step in the right direction for you. This is actually causing life to look up. You're starting to look up more to life. And I'm feeling like you're eager, determined, and ready to start today. Oh, today too. Okay. Every day. Okay. Today and every day. You be eager, determined, and ready to start today because you already know it's going to be a beautiful day no matter what comes your way, lovely soul. So this is a beautiful thing. Number three, you begin to see the beauty in the world and others, as I was mentioning a while ago. Like, it's just like, when I sun gaze early in the mornings, it's just that I notice how brighter, for one, and how beautiful the world is, and how blessed I am to be able to receive these DNA light codes and downloads and messages from the sun, and how the sun gives me, it nourishes me, my body, mind, soul, spirit. Like, it nourishes my skin. It's just, it's so beautiful, although it feels very close, right? So, not a doctor, disclaimer, you feel me? But it's so beautiful, and I watch the tree, like the wind blow in the tree, and the leaves like just rock side to side, and I listen to the birds sing their song, and it's a beautiful thing. I watch the animals do their thing, and I see so much beauty in this world. You see a fly is trying to ignore. It's such a beautiful reading right now. If you've been watching my videos lately, you'll notice there has been a fly coming inside of my home. So I feel like somebody trying to be nosy, you feel me? And it said in the Matrix, they trying to be nosy. You heard? Somebody trying to be nosy in your life. Somebody is watching everything that you're doing. That message just came through. So you're starting to see the beauty in the world and in others. Even when you see the beauty in others, you see what they cannot even see, right? And it's like sometimes it's not always the easiest thing to see, but when you seeing it from a loving perspective, it's just like, you just admire it, right? You just admire the beauty and you just let it be. Number four, you are less judgmental and more understanding towards others. Many times in our life, being very judgmental seems common, natural, and normal because everybody was doing it, right? That's the theme. Everybody's doing it is right. And that's something that we will all learn. Like that, just because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right. Just because it's legal doesn't make it right, right? I just want to throw that out there to you. But you're being less judgmental because you understand. Many of you are reaching a place of spiritual maturity. So you are very mature now and able to see yourself and others. And you can understand why they feel what they feel, why they do what they do, why they go through what they go through. Because at the end of the day, we are all one. And this is something that may not be easy for many to accept, because at a certain level, you will be able to then see that we are all one. If you don't understand that now, you will understand that later as you continue to pursue and moving forward along your path. Excuse me. So you are very much less judgmental toward others, and because you are more understanding. And this is so beautiful, right? A lot of times, why do people judge, or why we judge, is because we usually judge what we don't like about ourselves and others. And so therefore, that's why I like to say we're all one, because we are, and we're all mirrors, right? So that makes it easier for us to see ourselves outside of us. The simplest way I can explain that, right? It's not always easy for people to see their flaws and shadows. But if you can see something in someone else and you judge that certain thing in them, that's probably something that needs to be worked on within yourself, because that's why we judge. That's what I've noticed in my journey. Let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about judgment, or have you noticed as well that things that you've judged in others was something that maybe you didn't have, or maybe you wanted, or maybe you saw inside of yourself. You need to look at inside of yourself, right? Like, for example, if you're someone who judges others for their weight, maybe you struggle with your weight, right? Or maybe you've struggled with your weight and you've overcome that. So that's a message as well. So that's an example of something that you can judge in others that you may struggle with within yourself, and maybe just needs to be healed. So now you have this beautiful understanding because you can see yourself in others. Okay. Number 5, you feel connected to everyone and everything, which draws into everything I just explained right now. You feel the oneness of all. I look at the little cats on my porch that have made a home here on their own, right? And they literally, I watch them live life, and I realize that they live life just like we do. The only difference is that their way of life is just different, right? But they have these heightened senses, and that right there really drawn me into like notice how we are all one, right? And I even doing research and some knowledge, like from what I've read, you literally have to be an animal before you can be a human, right? So sometimes I look at these little animals and I wonder like what spirit is inside of them, because they seem so human to me. So you feel connected to everyone, everything, even the trees, like everything is alive. Everything is energy, lovely souls, even your water that you drink. Number 6, you're drawn to nature. You love plants and animals, and you have this deep respect for and love for Mother Earth. You are someone who doesn't do well. You do your best, but you don't do that well with seeing how people destroy the planet, seeing how people litter. Even sometimes you catch yourself throwing something out because maybe you've done it for so long. You go back and pick it back up, and you're very considerate of Mother Gaia, of Mother Earth, right? Nobody knows as much as Mother Earth the pain that you may have experienced in your life because of what she's experienced on her own earth. So you may get annoyed with people who litter, right? But just know at the end of the day, you didn't do it, and you just keep doing your best. Some of you may even pick up trash around on the planet, of Earth, because you have that deep love for Mother Earth as well. I would really say use gloves, because I heard use gloves. But that's a beautiful thing. Thank you if you're doing that. I appreciate you, lovely soul. Another one is like, number 7 is like you love and respect yourself, and you know you are good and pure. Your soul is pure, and you know it, and you have this now sense of new respect for yourself that you've never had before. And you know, hey, I'm good. Everything is going to be okay. I'm good. I am pure. My soul is pure. The things that I've experienced were a part of my journey to get me where I am today. And I don't have to identify myself with those things. All I have to do is take the lessons with me. I'm not such a bad person after all, right? Some of you may have thought that you were a bad person for some of the things that you've done in your life that you might have lived with shame and guilt for some time. But now you're starting to see that it was all working for you at the end of the day. That's another reason why we shouldn't judge, right? Because in judging ourselves as well. Because when we judge ourselves, it makes us be really hard on ourselves. Okay, so be mindful of judging yourself and just be easy going with yourself, right? And at this point, as your heart chakra is opening up right now, you're starting to notice this respect for yourself. Like, hey, ain't nobody finna treat me any kind of way anymore. No one's going to control me. No one's going to manipulate me. We're going to have a mutual understanding. I got my boundaries set. And if people don't respect those boundaries, then it is what it is. I'm just going to go on my merry way. That's exactly what I heard, right? So that's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of you. Number 8, you're able to be love. Like, you are love. God is love. You are love. You always have been, right? But now you're able to be loved. And deep down, you know you deserve love. You are now starting to notice your worth. You're aware of your worth. You are worthy. You always have been and you always will be. But now you are becoming aware of it. And you know you deserve love deep down inside. And you're not accepting anything less than it. So it is what it is, right? Number 9, you have these heightened emotions. Crying when you see something beautiful. Like, as I mentioned, like looking outdoors in nature, anything beautiful, even said a baby, right? Just seeing such a baby, a life, new life, right? Anything that's beautiful to you, could be a crystal, anything. Sometimes you may cry, or when you have this, like when you're giving gratitude, when you're feeling this high empowered emotion of gratitude, and say you're thanking God for everything that you've been through. And you can see now that like everything that you've experienced in your life, God was always there, trying to get you to see things in a different way, trying to help you see what you need to see to create your reality in a different way. But you might have been distracted, or you might have brushed it off, or you might have ignored your intuition, or whatever the case may have been. You are where you are right now. And sometimes when you give that gratitude and you express it, you may feel those heightened emotions and tears might run down your eyes like, thank you, God, for everything. You've always been there. You were always trying to get me to see it this way. Thank you for never leaving me. Thank you for always caring. That's happened to me, right? That's happened to me because I was able to see like my path was troubled and very challenging and was not easy. And I'm sure that you may resonate with that in your own life. And just that moment of gratitude, giving thanks, as you start talking to God and just thanking God for, God, the universe, for everything. Because it all led me to where I was in that exact moment. And it's so beautiful. So you're not tripping. Somebody, look, I'm not a doctor, disclaimer, they came at the cross. Somebody might have thought they was pregnant when they was feeling these type of things that I'm naming here today as your heart chakra is opening up. Message to someone out there. Number 10, you feel an overwhelming sense of generosity. It's like you want to give freely of yourself and you want to be of service to others. At a point in your journey, you may have felt bitter because of what you've been through. You might have felt like, I ain't teaching nobody nothing because I had to learn the hard way. I had to get it out the mud. I ain't finna show nobody nothing. They gonna have to figure it out. But then you learn by being that way, nothing changes. So you healed and you now see how you don't want to pass on bitterness. You want to keep passing on love. And now you can see why it's so important to be able to give freely of yourself, like to be able to be of service to others. And follow your intuition with that. I'm not saying just like give everything away free, give everybody away of your time. None of that. Be very mindful of stuff like that. I'm just saying like you're able to feel that generosity, like you want to give more. You might not felt that way before. You want to be of service to others. You want to speak your truth. You want to share your knowledge and wisdom, and it's just like empowering to you, right? Which is another high powered emotion. So that's another thing that you may have started feeling because you might have been lacking motivation and inspiration to share and be of service to others after things that you've experienced and things that you've gone through. Number 11, you begin to trust in the universe and you know that everything will be okay. This also connects into feeling so much lighter in your heart and feeling the weightlessness in your own body, like no burdens on your shoulders, just feeling so relaxed, right? Calm. Many of you are feeling so calm like never before, ain't you? But you know that the universe got you, and you're starting to now begin to understand that, feel that, and know that everything is going to be okay. And this makes everything better, right? Number 12, you start feeling emotions so deep that you can literally feel physical sensations in your body. Example of that, to give you a picture, is like when I'm meditating now, I can literally, when I use my imaginations and I'm visualizing myself, my future self, right? It makes it easier to be a vibrational match to my future self now, because I can feel those sensations in my body. It's almost like a video game, right? It's almost like the game stick right here in me, and I'm living it right now. I can see the pictures like looking on a TV screen. I can see myself doing it, and I can feel it, and it feels so real. And I can feel those high-powered emotions in my heart, feeling free, right? Feeling this love for life, feeling empowered, feeling grateful, just filled with gratitude. It's just like that just heightens it, and I can feel it like if I'm in that moment right there. It feels so real. I mentioned on one of my other videos, maybe it was like the new moon and Cancer update, but I had mentioned how you're starting to question what's real and what's not, like, because your dream state is feeling so vivid and real, right? And with all this high energy now that's on the planet supporting it, man, I'm wondering if this is the way it's going to stay, right? And so I had mentioned that, right? And this is kind of how it feels too when you come out of meditations like this, these deep meditations. You actually, it's powerful because you stay in this state and you literally go through your day like this, which makes you become like you're matching the vibration of the things that the things of the abundance, the people that are going to that you're going to attract into your life. The simplest way to say that, so you can already see that you're becoming a master manifester, is what I'm saying, because of this, right? I always say your emotions are not a curse. Empaths and lovely souls who feel deep, they're not a curse, they're a superpower. You're supercharged up, baby. You're pure. You feeling so different now, right? Number 13, you form meaningful, conscious connections and relationships with others. No more faking it to make it. You're not with just saying anything just to connect with people. You're not with trying to fit in. You're not with doing things because others are doing it. You're more like focused on creating things that have a meaning for you. When you connect with others and you are creating and connecting and having a relationships with others, it's more meaningful to you, right? It's more conscious to you. It matters. You're more coming from your heart with this. Like the people that you're building relationships with, you really feel love for. And at this point, I'm sure that you are getting that reciprocated back to you, right? The people that you are building these relationships with. But it matters now, like, that it has to have a meaning why you have this connection with someone instead of just connecting with anyone, because you're now realizing how pure, precious your energy is, and that your energy is not to be for everyone. It's not for everyone to be around you. It's not for you to give away to everybody. Just, you're more conscious of that. So that's basically it. You're just forming meaningful, conscious relationships with others, right? No fake stuff. Number 14, it said like we used to run around just connecting with anybody, just being friends with anybody, finding the connection through our emotions of sadness and pain and scarcity of things that were low vibrations that we would connect to with others, or we would connect to others with our problems and stuff of that nature. But now, since you've gotten to this place where your heart is opening up, your connections are more meaningful. That's another message that just came through. Number 14, you start to feel this connection to your higher self, and you're able to embody this energy more, which also connects in with what I explained as going into meditation, then coming out and feeling that. That is definitely like you're able to be rooted down and seated down in your soul and connecting into your higher self, and you're embodying that energy now way more easier because your heart is opened up and because you've done the work and continue to do so, right? So it's a beautiful thing, like, to be able to embody your higher self, right? Body, mind, and spirit. You're now connecting into your higher self, embodying the energy of your higher self, and staying tapped into your intuition. So when you're following your higher self or embodying this energy, it's more sensing and feeling your way through the day, right? I always say, I think at certain times, and after that, I sense and feel through the day. And that's the new way. That's the message that just came through. And last but not least, Number 15, your ability to manifest becomes supercharged. Your thoughts and your desires manifest rapidly. You've noticed how easily, if you think about something, it easily can happen and manifest very rapidly, which is a beautiful thing. But be mindful of your thoughts, lovely souls, because you want to manifest actually what you want and not what you don't want. And I'm sure you know that by now. So these are some beautiful signs for you, lovely souls, that your heart chakra is opening up. If you feel that you're not quite here, you are here for a reason on this video. So it's probably, I'm seeing like a flower blooming and opening up, right, beautifully. So some of you you're about to start opening up your heart chakra. Some of you are already tapping into some of what I've mentioned here today, and some of you, it is fully opened up, and some of you are moving in that direction. So if you're here for a reason. Just take the messages how they resonate. I love you. I'm so grateful to have each and every one of you here. Thank you for your valuable time. Don't forget about the 6 beta testers, and don't forget about the 7 spots I have left in my coaching program. Share this video with anyone you want to share this video. If you like this video and you found messages here, hit that like button so we can get this message out to more lovely souls like yourself. I greatly appreciate you. If you have not yet done so, follow me on Instagram at Miss Kelly Travel Spiritually. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing to the Pure Clarity Mindset family, because on this channel, we getting our mind right by hitting that subscribe button and that bell. Peace, love, and light to all of you lovely souls. Come back to see me though.